Hello guys, it's been a while. Finally, another talking video. I get to talk about stuff. I thought this would be a good time because as you can see, I already have a little tab open, the Esports World Cup. This is a good time to talk about the year, like what we can expect, what's gonna happen, what I'm gonna do, etc. So let's talk about that because yesterday there was a small change to this website. I follow this daily because they have, if you scroll down, a little countdown here where they announce like the new games, which the countdown I don't take too serious, but it's a good thing to look at because you can see when things are changing. So if you had, or if you followed it with a close eye like myself, like daily, you would see that they postponed the countdowns again, which they always do. And one thing, they added another game again. So before, like yesterday, it was 5 games, now it's 6 games they're gonna announce. And they postponed the countdown, so it was supposed to be like announced everything this week, like within the next like 5 days. But now the last countdown is 10 days. So what does it mean? Well, I have no idea. I'm just assuming, like I have no insights. I wish I had. It looks better for Starcraft, right? Another game got added. The countdown is like postponed. I don't think anyone has really any knowledge. I think this is a good, good thing for SC2. So I'm like positive that ESL is gonna return to SC2 as of right now. So what does it mean though? Because I'm sitting here for a long time already. It's been like since the last ESL tournament, like the last like premier tournament. I don't count like Home Strike Cup, for example, or like the online cups. I'm talking about the last like premier, even like $1 million tournament, in this case, the Esports World Cup. It happened back in August. We now are at the end of January. This is the longest off season ever. And I'm still sitting here thinking, are we gonna have esports this year? Can I like pay my rent by participating in these tournaments? And yeah, I thought this would just be a good time to make this video. So let's take a look at a few things. I'm gonna tell you about my plans this year, and we talk a little bit about esports and balance maybe in this talking video. I have a few more tabs here open, as you can see. So the first thing I want to look at is the Esports World Cup from last year. So why this is like so important to the scene. And the obvious answer is money. $1 million tournament. Here you can see like the price spread. And it's a $1 million tournament where like Clem, in this case, who won the tournament the first place, gets essentially like close like 40% of the money plus the MVP award. So even an extra bonus on top of that. And the last place finishes like myself, 12th to 18th, 15,000. And this is really good. This is really good. Obviously, $15,000 is a lot of money. So even if you just qualify like myself, Spirit, Showtime, Oliveira, Shin, Coffee, and Estrella, this is amazing. But we don't have an announcement for the IEM Katowice this year, so it looks like there's no IEM. How many tournaments are even possible until the Esports World Cup? And let's say this is the only tournament that we're gonna have. Is this enough? Like, qualifying for this event is even difficult, and there's gonna be a little bit of prize money for qualifying it. And we can literally look into it if we go to my profile and we take a look at my results last year. And here you're gonna find out that I qualified for the Esports World Cup, so I got $15,000 here. And how did I qualify? I qualified last year through the ESL Spring tournament that was at a DreamHack, and that got me $3,000. And I qualified through the online championship, another 5,000. But in this tournament, I got lucky because Sarah was in military, so he didn't participate. And Reina at this time was in Korea. So in this qualifier, I got 4th place in Europe, which is really good. But that was definitely mostly due to the fact that those players were not participating at their full capacity or not at all. And, oh, look at this. IEM Katowice last year, I got over $20,000 in prize money. So what does it mean? If we go here to the earnings, you can see on the right, here I am. Among all the foreigners, I was 4th place last year. I earned myself nearly $50,000 before tax. Amazing! esports is alive. Amazing for people like me that did have honestly very good results last year. I'm very proud of it. But now let's take a look at the results again, and we find out that there's no IEM this year. So at IEM, I got, well, I don't want to say lucky, but I got a really good result basically. I got top 8, and that paid me over 20,000. So essentially like close to like 50% of my prize money last year. So what I want to say with this, so even for a player like myself, who I cannot complain, I'm so happy with how much I have. I'm obviously like compared to other esports, this is like nothing, but I'm so happy that I like can pay like my rent, you know, like that I can live like a nice life. I'm just happy to pay my rent, you know. So even earning like 50,000 prize money alone is amazing. Like that's a good amount of money for playing video games and for playing Starcraft essentially, because people have called this game dead for like over a decade. But what I want to say with that is, if we take a look how this year is going to go, there's no IEM, so minus 20k already. Is there going to be alternatives? Not really. There's like a few online cups, which we're going to go into in just a little bit. And yeah, Esports World Cup. Like, let's say I qualify for Esports World Cup. So let's say I repeat my results, and my results were really good. So let's say like I get another 5k here, 3k here, and then I qualify for the Esports World Cup, 15k. So at best, and at this point, we have the end of January. I don't even know what's happening. At best, like if I have a slightly above average result, let's say, because like qualifying for this event is going to be really tough. The competition is always high. Like, this is not money I can plan with, you know. This is like not absolutely best case, because that would be winning the entire thing, and then I'm like winning $500,000. Like, I'll take that as well. But like roughly, the average I can expect is a good 20k in prize money. And that is if I qualify. Now, what if I don't qualify? Now, if you don't qualify for the Esports World Cup, you get nothing. So only the people that qualified get a chunk of that $1 million prize pool they had last year. And even those 15k, if you think about it, like I earned 20k in prize money before tax. That is not that much, you know, like for putting like so much time into it. It's honestly not that much. And let's be real here. I've been trying to become the world champion over like the more than a decade. Like, I'm playing this game full-time for a long time. I'm playing this game part-time for a long time. I was back in school, like, I was like making some money already. Like, well, I become, I think, the German champion like more than 12 years ago at this point, you know. So I'm like, at this point, it's weird to say, but I'm an old school player. I was always the youngest, but here I am, and I'm closer to the 30s now, which in esports is kind of old. And yeah, this is like, let's be real. Like, the chances of me winning this kind of tournament, I just want to be real here, are not that high. So like, if you look at like Clem, for example, here I have his results open. Clem's results, like he's winning every weekly. MaxPack's winning like every weekly. That Clem isn't winning, etc. Like, if you look at the competition, you will find out that like in all of these tournaments, like in this case, we had 2 major tournaments from Chinese organizers. Very thankful to them. We see this tournament: Sarah, Clem, MaxPax, Reina, Hero at the top. This was finished yesterday or 2 days ago. And then we have Masters Colosseum, where Clem had an upset here. That was a little bit, yeah, weird. Unlucky in this case even. That was a little bit of an outsider. But look at this, the top guys. Once again, Hero, Cero, MaxPax, Reina. This is not a coincidence. These guys, like, and there's a few more, they are really good, you know, like, at this point, Starcraft is so old. I don't really want to go too much into it, because people are going to call me out for having a bad mindset. No, I'm just realistic. Like, me winning the Esports World Cup is not something I can plan for, but it's something I want. So I dedicate myself to it. So even if and this is like the opposite. So even if I see myself not having like a realistic chance, the chance is never 0%. So if there's an Esports World Cup, I don't just collect my paycheck. I invest as much time into it as I can. And I still don't have a very good chance at winning. But I still invest the time. I still try my best. I've been doing that for like the last decade. even if I'm like not the best, period, you know. So can I justify, and this is the point that I want to make with this video, I'm kind of talking a lot, but let's get more to the point. Is this something I'm gonna justify like doing this year for the Esports World Cup? And this is somewhere where I think I need to take a different approach. I'm not talking about retirement. Retirement in SC2 I think is not something that is very meaningful. Like a lot of people have said, oh, I'm gonna retire, but then they came back. Or I'm gonna retire, but they still play in tournaments. So to like come to the point, this is not a retirement video. I've seen people make threats like, oh, HeroMarine, like on the Reddit or whatever, why is he not like playing in online cups? And because people like, they spread a little bit of nonsense because they kind of take stuff that I say on my stream out of context. So I make a little bit of a statement video out of this one. So here are the things that I don't like. It's the fact that we don't know if there's even a World Cup this year. Like, how can I plan if there's not even an announcement? Like, how can I plan? And even if there was an Esports World Cup, that is the second point, how much money can I realistically make? Like, 20k would be a good year, but 20k in prize money, let's be real, like, let's be real, it's not that much money nowadays. 20k, like, if I'm like Clem and Cyril and I like get more like this, I'll take that, but like I already said, it's unrealistic. It's not that much money to like put as much time and effort into it, especially when we don't know it's happening. So to me, it's kind of something that is then a pure passion thing. And that's the third point, the passion. Do I still have the passion to compete? Absolutely. I'm getting a little bit tired, as you can hear, though, by like late announcements. I'm getting a little bit tired of like having like every year like, oh, is Starcraft 2 esports gonna be a thing? Is like ESL kicking like Starcraft out? Like, I don't want to be dependent on that, you know? I want to make my decisions based on what I want, and I don't want to be like reliant on ESL in this case. I'm thankful for everything they do, so I'm gonna play in every tournament they're gonna announce. I'm gonna play in every tournament that you're gonna see in the future. And I think, yeah, that's like I'm gonna just try my best regardless, you know? So that's one thing. But the second thing is, and this is the statement, I think I'm gonna take it more easy again. There's other things I want to do. I don't really want to go too deep into that. Like other things that I want to do in life that have more passion in. So I want to go back to enjoying the game. I want to go back to a little bit of like content creation again. So that's also why I'm uploading more stuff on YouTube. I'm live streaming a little bit more again. I just want to have a good time in SC2, I think. And I don't want to stress out myself too much. So I think in the future, instead of like like dedicating as much time into like practicing for the Esports World Cup, I'm gonna take it more easy, and I'm just gonna practice a little bit more on stream and just appreciate everything that we get from ESL and other tournament organizers like Wadi or Rotterdam or some of the NA people that put together like some online cup, especially the Chinese guys. And yeah, I think that's what I'm going to be doing. So you can expect me to play in tournaments again in the near future. I don't know exactly when. Some of these online cups, like I have this one open, for example, that happened yesterday. Like this was the weekly that Rotterdam, Steadfast, TKL, Take TV, etc. are hosting. I'm not a fan of this kind of weekly because, you know, the tournament starts at 6 p.m. and it ended like at midnight, you know. I don't, like, I don't agree with the format, you know? So it's like hard to like stream for me these kind of tournament runs because there's a lot of downtime between the matches. These are not very efficient tournaments. I'm not sure if I'm going to play in these kind of tournaments because they are like very stacked in that sense. But I think, and that is the last thing I'm going to say, even if there's a lot of protos, etc., I think we should just enjoy the game, appreciate everything that we get, and yeah. That will be just my attitude for here also Clem winning everything all the time. That will just be my mindset and, well, that's going to be my approach for the next months. If there's an Esports World Cup, I'm going to try hard, but I'm not really going to stress myself out too much about it. So no retirement. I'll be playing in tournaments, I'll be creating content, I'll be doing stuff that I enjoy, like, I don't know, studying. Maybe I'm gonna host my own tournament again. I'll be dedicating like more time into that, because that I can plan, you know. I can plan to host like a tournament this year. I can plan to like just stream, you know, like stream and actually be able to like pay my rent and stuff like that. I can dedicate myself more into these kind of things, basically. As always, thanks for listening to my talking video. Leave a comment to fill in the discussion here. And I'll see you next time. Maybe another talking video. Maybe there's going to be some other stuff. You will see what's going to be uploaded on my channel. I have some content planned. So if you enjoy it, and see you next time. Bye bye.